one of my more favorite recent games that I've played. And it's one of those that have been around for a long time, but I never really tried doing it. So I finally decided to give it a try because it was on sale for like $5 on Steam over winter break. And I'm actually really glad I got it. I think I finished it in maybe 2 or 3 hours, but yeah, it was a nice little experience. Wait, oh, right, I have to click something to get him to actually move. It's such a slow-moving game, but at the same time, it can kind of be, it can kind of be peaceful. It's a nice little break from some of the harder games, like things like, come on, there we go. You've already got the, oh, yeah, there we go. So there's these little, like, I guess they're spider eggs scattered throughout the map. Some are better hidden than others, and they're actually the achievements for this game. Like, finding them is the achievement. At least that's the case for most of them, if not all of them. And it's kind of weird about this game, because it doesn't really give you a very good indication of where to go. You just kind of have to, like, obviously it's pretty linear to some degree, but it doesn't really give you an introduction. It doesn't really tell you what any of the controls are. It just kind of throws you in and lets you figure it out as you go along. And I actually really like games like this because it's more of an experience rather than just you trying to beat a game. Hey. Haha. Happens here. It's been a little while since I've played this. I remember jumping the boat, breaks the chain, and start floating away. Sand. Don't touch the water. God, 6 forever. I'm so used to playing. It's like I've been on a little bit of a Subnautica binge on that for the past week or so, so I'm used to much faster paced gameplay than this. Not that this is a bad thing or anything like that at all, it's just, it's a little bit of a switch from what I've been doing for the past so long. And, ha! There we go. Think I climbed this? Yeah, I just can't touch the spikes up there. Haha. Because if you do... Because this game is a little bit gruesome and creepy and, like, somewhat of, like, not quite disturbing, but it's like, simple yet kind of dramatic, because you just kind of hear, if you actually fall from a certain distance, there's no, like, game over screen, you just hear a little crunch as your character's, like, legs just break underneath of them. And then it just fades to black and you start at the last checkpoint. It's very dramatic, but it's treated kind of so simply that it almost makes it creepier to some degree. Jump on there. Jump on this and break this off. Oh, that's right. Grab this thing. You gotta be careful whenever you're pulling these things, because if you get too much momentum, they don't just stop. Whenever you let go of them, they actually will keep going. So you gotta be careful that you stop before you let them go, otherwise you'll let go, but they'll keep moving, and they will run into you and chop your head off. Alright, this part. Gotta be a little quick, it's not too bad. There's lots of little simple traps like this scattered about. And they'll usually kind of get you on the first playthrough sometimes, unless you're quick on your feet. But this game is a little bit kind of like Dark Souls, or similar games in a sense because of that, because you're meant to learn from your mistakes, to try to get past them. And the main way you learn is by dying. It's like like I said, this game doesn't really give you any instruction. It just kind of throws you in, and you just kind of have to figure it out. And I mean, it's not really simple. It's not really complicated controls by any means. You just kind of need to know how to grab on stuff and how to jump. It's much easier with a controller too, which is what I prefer to play games like this with. Let's see if I can make it. There we go. Like I said, if you do miss and you end up actually falling, then your character will break his legs. You see, most people will just head back down, but actually there is another achievement over here. So you can grab that. It's a little bit of a jump, but you can make it and see the little egg right over there in the corner. It's going to get a little momentum and swing a bit and grab onto that and just kind of jump on there. And that's the second achievement that comes. It's got to gently come back down. You can't just jump back down from the top. Because if you try to do that, oh, come on. Like if you fall from too far, he has a pretty good fall distance, but if you fall from too far, it ends up breaking your legs and killing you. Now for this part, you need to push this out into the water. Don't go too deep though, because your character can't actually swim. And to kind of get it the rest of that little way, you need to come over here and grab this crate. And kind of use it as like, if you guys have ever played pool, you use that thing called, a lot of people call it a granny stick. And it's just something to kind of help you prop up your pool cue. To help you aim at kind of, if it's kind of a weird distance from the edge, or you need to make kind of a weird shot. That's kind of what it acts like in this instance. Just kind of helps you kind of push it along. Maybe that's not a good comparison. Okay, so this part's a little tricky. It took me a little bit to figure it out the first time, because you see, what you're going to need here in a second is the bear trap up on that limb up there. You're not really sure how to get it down. See, this is where you encounter one of the main antagonists right here, and it's kind of tricky. So actually, if you get close, stay there long enough, he ends up trying to stab you. Not to let him do that, but let him do that enough times to see that thing has moved a little bit. It kind of shakes the whole ground around everything, so let him do that about 2 or 3 times. Make sure not to get stabbed. And it'll actually knock this down. And just gotta be careful. You gotta bring it over here. Make sure you get to the other side of it without stepping on it. Then kind of push this, and you're gonna use this actually to cut off a couple of his legs so you can get past him. Just gonna stand there for a second, lure him in, and then kind of move this to where you were standing. Because if you don't, then he will stab you. You just kind of, he's gonna aim you typically for where you were standing. Be careful, because every time you cut off one of his legs, he's going to do it a little bit faster, so you want to be careful. Does not want to hit this thing, does it? There we go. Two more. Ah, damn. So close. And this one, you see it moves a little quicker. The trap wasn't quite ready when it came. So you gotta be careful about that, because like I said, he does move a little bit faster next time. There we go, now he moves away. We can go ahead and get past without him trying to kill us. Now this game is kind of interesting, because it doesn't really have any clear kind of transitions between levels. You kind of notice you get into different areas as the game goes along, but there's not any kind of clear-cut, like, level complete. Move on to the next stage. It just kind of all flows into one thing. And here, don't be worried here, because this is all a little freaky, but, you know, it's all part of the gameplay. So you're You're not supposed to escape here. You might think you are, but you're actually just kind of supposed to let... I'm not entirely sure how that's not killing him. It looks like his leg went through my neck. I guess it's supposed to look like it went through, like, the neck of my shirt, of my character's shirt, but it just kind of looks like he stabbed him in the neck and then picked him up by that, and somehow you're just not dead. But, alright, now we just gotta wiggle, 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 wiggle. Almost. Almost. There we go. Just gotta kind of hop away. Now if you just push forward, your character just kind of hops, does little hops there. If you actually press the jump button, he'll go a little bit further. And yeah, keep this in mind whenever you get a little bit further. Like to this right here. And because your character doesn't move as smoothly, since he's hopping, if you're not careful, he'll accidentally just hop off the edge of that right there. You can see I got pretty close right there. So you need to be careful, kind of making sure he gets just the right minute, kind of to the edge, but not too far. Because if you get too far, he'll actually end up popping off the edge. Oh, whoops, and there I died. See, it's like, the timing's a little bit weird with this. Because it can... Alright, and... See, there we go again. He's like, his reaction time's not as good now that he's wrapped up, which obviously makes sense, but... Alright, there we go. And you gotta be careful here, so you just kind of push this rock. But you need to start hopping back down. Because he... apparently he doesn't turn around, he just kind of hops forward. So like as soon as you get this rock over this little hump right here, you need to start moving back the other way, so that you don't get smashed by that thing. Right. This part's kind of fun, a little tricky. A little freaky. Doesn't really make sense, because it almost kind of feels like this thing's rolling. It's just the slant of that log in the background, but just the way this is set up, it almost feels like this thing is rolling up an incline rather than kind of horizontally or down some kind of steep incline. And I don't know if that guy can actually hit you here. You can see he kind of follows along at kind of a safe distance, but I'm not sure if you kind of wait too far back on the rock if he can actually end up stabbing you with his legs. Oh, there we go. Yeah, man. There we go. A little cobweb in your hair there. Has anybody... Oh, okay then. Just like the little web hanging his hair. Has anybody ever seen that that old Ben Stiller and Cameron Diaz movie? There's something about... Crap, I forgot about that. That's lovely. That old Ben Stiller and Cameron Diaz movie called There's Something About Mary. And if any of you have ever seen that movie, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about whenever I reference the spider web in his hair. God, that's such a wonderfully so wrong movie in so many ways, but I love it. Alright. Gonna be a little agile on your feet at this part. Now, it doesn't quite happen yet, but as you keep going, some of these will start to move on you. So you gotta jump on this, go a little bit further. Gotta jump to break it, and then immediately get out of the way, because otherwise you will die. And a nice little running jump here. This one's gonna fall sideways, make sure you jump before that happens. So this part is gonna be a little tricky. You need to jump on here, and jump over. Ah, crap. Controls in this game are sometimes a little wonky, or user error, either one of those I like to play the game. And happens here, but I can't remember. Oh, it might be later on. That, okay. Ow. See, that doesn't actually kill you, it's just this little guy kind of messing with you over here. So it's gonna kind of like knock you down, but it's not actually going to kill you like some of the other things, especially the real spider would do. Oh crap. Forgot about that part. I knew something was coming. So I expected this little eye start running immediately. But if you're not careful, just kind of through this whole area, there's those other people just kind of mess with you the whole time. Like, trying to kill you, throwing burning tires and barrels and different things like that at you, and trying to mess with you like the spider puppet. And see, the weird thing about this game is there's not really a clear story. Like, there's kind of a clear antagonist in the spider, but not really, because he's not like omnipresent throughout the entire game. He's just kind of a singular... Crap, I forget how this one goes. I remember I have to run from him somehow, but I forget exactly how it goes. Oh, damn. I remember how this goes. It's a little tricky. You have to be a little bit kind of touchy with the controls here. This one's going to come from this direction. And you need to like run right behind it so you can avoid the other one. But the timing's a little bit sensitive, so you have to... It's probably going to take you a couple different tries. There we go. And you don't go over there because you'll die if you try to jump on those. You actually grab the rope here. It'll stop swinging for a second. There we go. And you actually go up where this guy went. Oh, bastards pulling up the rope so you can't go where exactly where he went. But keep going this way. And oh crap, it's the part with the spider, isn't it? Wait, I remember how this goes. We're supposed to push the, yeah, see, that's what happens when he actually catches the, shish kebabs. God, I hate this part. So you're actually supposed to push the log and use this to kind of get away from him. These have to be some of my least favorite parts of any video game I've ever played, is the chase scenes. Like, no matter what genre it is, I always hate them. No matter what, I always hate them. Because at least this one is side-scrolling, so their perspective isn't all messed up. God, that jump might take you a couple different tries, because you have to get the timing, like, just right. Alright. There we go. Another one of that one guy's legs. Doesn't really have 8 anymore. I think he's down to 4? Well, from the way he's moving, I'm guessing they probably aren't all on the same side, which is lucky for him. Not quite so lucky for us, though. Alright, and... So I think that is probably going to just about do it for today. See, I love this game. It's kind of nice to do. That's right. See, like the spider, like I said, he's not really omnipresent throughout the whole thing. He kind of... Little antics don't really, he doesn't really survive all of your antics. Just gotta avoid that. He kind of... It's kind of the end of him. He's kind of yank on his leg here and pull it off. Oh, that's lovely. Look at those meat muscles. Fun thing is, you're going to build a bridge with the corpses of your enemies. roll this guy's little thorax. That's the technical term for it. Over here, so you can get over the little spiky things. Nice little shish kebab there, and just kind of use that to get over. Remove that part. So yeah, I think probably gonna leave it at that today, and see if I might come back to this, continue for a full playthrough. We'll see. But until next time, have a good one.